This year's Xbox Summer Showcase is the worst it has ever been by a landslide. I mean, it's so bad that they literally took Fable off the table yesterday. And I know, some of you are saying, Buckwaza, Xbox took Fable off, not because it's a complete full garbage dumpster fire like you say, but because it was gonna meet up with GTA in the same release window and that would be bad. Okay, how about we just never release a game ever again because GTA 6 exists in the first place? Is that logic stupid enough for you so you like it? Huh? No, it's complete garbage and everyone knows it. Xbox's showcases typically are already pretty bad. Now, granted, on the bright side for Xbox, PlayStation has absolutely nuked itself this year, so that's kind of good for them, but everything else is still bad. There is absolutely almost nothing to be interested in currently, it seems like. I'm personally most interested in Clockwork Revolution because that thing, I'm putting my money that that is the next big dumpster fire woke shit show that we're gonna receive. And I full-heartedly believe it. Everything I have seen from that thing looks like it's overblown, overhyped, completely zero chances that it delivers even on 1/10 of what it claims that it wants to do. It's not gonna be good. And in general, let's be completely honest, boys. This has been the worst year for AAA by far. In fact, the last 2 years have been pretty devastating for AAA development. Indies, double A's, single A development has completely eclipsed everything AAA. People don't trust AAA, people don't want AAA, people are not buying AAA. People are literally waiting for reviews. Pre-order numbers have gone into the goddamn floor at this point. It is bad. If you're a AAA development, your future looks pretty bad. And Xbox Summer Showcase, I'm not even sure if there's anything potentially good about it. I just don't.
Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today. Hope you're all doing absolutely excellent. Today, we are gathering for what I think is one of the best times of year, and that's the Summer Showcase season. It's right around the corner. Everyone's feeling pretty good. Rumors and leaks are starting to buzz around. We've got State of Play coming up, Summer Games Fest coming up, and of course, Xbox's Summer Showcase, which is right around the corner, and we will be focusing on that here and now because there have been leaks. Not too many compared to past years. I mean, there were usually a lot of leaks for the Summer Showcase, but this time it's been on a particular type of lockdown, which I think is really exciting.
Oh, and actually, I guess the Fallout stuff that they're gonna announce is gonna be interesting at the bare minimum. They have to announce at this point a remaster of something. Will it be Fallout 3 or will it be New Vegas at the end of the day? It's probably 3. At least that's gonna be interesting.
There's a lot of anticipation for this year's Summer Showcase from Xbox, not just because, at least in my opinion, they put on some of the best showcases in the industry, if not the best showcases year by year, but it's also just that they've been renewed with a sense of energy and purpose, and that can result in some big decisions being made. Now, at the same time, I haven't fooled myself that
Yes, Project Helix. Literally an overpriced PC with Microsoft AI attached to everything. I'm sure people are gonna buy this like it's made of gold. I'm sure this is gonna sell so well. I am 100% sure the console players are gonna love it. By the way, I just want to mention also one thing. Since Xbox is moving away from consoles and now it's gonna be just PCs kind of masquerading as consoles, you do understand that Xbox is still gonna make Project Helix. And then no matter what happens, they're gonna make Project Helix 2. Or whatever, the new generation iteration after like a year or two. Which means that even if it's a PC, they're still gonna make it that it's redundant and you need to buy the new one. So it's gonna be more expensive, less value, Have fun, have fun, Xbox fans.
All the decisions Xbox have been making are small scale. They have yet to commit to things like exclusivity or like, here's Helix and here's what Helix is going to do. It's going to support multiple storefronts or not. So the question is, will they pull the curtain back on that stuff? I'll have predictions in next week on what I think will and won't happen. But for now, let's take a look at some of the leaks.
Oh, actually, imagine buying a PC and Microsoft's like, no, you can't use Steam on this thing. No, it's not. No.
We can expect to arrive at the Xbox Summer Showcase and what sadly might be missing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, you're into what's going on with the world of Xbox, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing.
Oh, Fallout.
Let's dive into one I'm really curious about as well. I need some Fallout in my life ASAP, and I need more Elder Scrolls in my life. Well, here's Twisted Voxel with the headline, Fallout 3/New Vegas remake release reportedly not happening before 27 Elder Scrolls 6 during 28-29. This is thanks to my friends at the Xbox 2 podcast at Randall Thor and Jez Corden, who were talking a bit about what could be coming down the pipe for Xbox as they get some new staff in like Matthew Ball, and they're looking to reignite old franchises, right? And Fallout has remained not dormant per se, because look, you have 76 and there is frequent Fallout content between that and the show, Fallout 4 getting updates. Like, Elder Scrolls fans have starved much longer, but it does feel like with the popularity of the TV show, Fallout needs to really get its act together and start putting
Oh, this is the good soundtrack. This is a Fallout 3 soundtrack, right?
out stuff. And I'm not talking about just things like we're getting with Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, where you kind of botch it, like new stuff. Fallout 3 Remaster, Fallout 3 Remakes, that kind of stuff. Well, take a listen to what Jez Corden had to say about Fallout remasters coming this year.
I've heard that, like, I don't know how true this is, but one thing I heard was that Fallout remasters are probably a little bit further off than people think, and that Elder Scrolls 6 is still quite far away. So I suppose like getting some of those games out more quickly is probably something they're probably very.
I mean, what is
top of mind for them?
I guess I wasn't expecting Fallout remakes until next year at the earliest, but I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, 2027 maybe for Fallout remake, or at least one of them, and then probably the year after or the year after that for Elder.
This sounds like one of the worst podcasts I have heard in my life. It's just so boring.
Scrolls.
So it's not fully verified. It's not a Jez Corden report like you'd get on Windows Central, so we don't want to run a country mile with this, but this does line up with a lot of what the industry's been saying, which is 2027. Look, if we're assuming Virtuos is working on the Fallout remasters, then I feel like it's safe to say that for them to get out Oblivion remaster last year and then just immediately turn around and put out Fallout 3 this year, that'd be an incredible feat. It would also scare the hell out of me on just like how well that game will run and how many issues it's going to ship with if Oblivion was anything to go by. But that all in mind, look, Fallout in 2027, does that...
Okay, I do have a hot take for the Fallout 3 remake. Fallout 3 was originally Todd Howard's magnum opus. Now, his true magnum opus that he has now abandoned, and, you know, it's this stain of, you know, one more stain of, you know, failure on his life, which there are many because it's Todd Howard. But Fallout 3 is gonna get updates. Fallout 3 remake will get stuff. The Oblivion remake is never getting any actual bug fixes or anything, as we all already know, obviously. But Fallout 3 being Todd Howard's magnus opus big thing is gonna get updates and bug fixes and things like that, okay? There's no way Todd is gonna let his best legacy thing rot like everything else he has ever attempted.
That mean it could show up at the Summer Showcase? Potentially. I've been putting my money on the Fallout event that happens every October 23rd because the first Fallout event was like, okay, I'm glad the format exists. The second Fallout event was basically Bethesda shaking you down for money. Like, hey, you're excited for the TV show, right? Give us money for everything. Not really any exciting announcements. That feedback has been made loud and clear for 2 years now that Bethesda needs to announce substantial things for Fallout Day. So I feel like this would be a good time to pull the trigger. Show off the Fallout 3 remaster. At the same time, we saw how well the Shadow Drop worked, but also I think it would be a great hit for the Xbox showcase to be like, hey, this is up next, more Fallout. Because what's interesting about this showcase is this is the first Asha Sharma led one, and it'll be interesting to see where most of the projects I imagine they plan on showing.
Oh, actually, this is true. This is gonna be probably the first thing Asha Sharma actually does. Because again, Project Helix, not her thing. Everything currently claimed that it is done by her is not. It's just a bunch of lies. Businesses do not operate that fast. She can't come in and in 3 months, all of these things get announced. These are things that have been probably in the works for literally a minimum a year. And we have also, by the way, confirmation that canceling the everything is an Xbox thing was already previous a decision from the previous people because they know it didn't work. The revamping of the achievements that everyone liked and was actually a good thing was from Sarah Bond. And, you know, things like this. We know that everything currently attributed to Asha Sharma is lies. It cannot be any of her decisions. But this thing is actually going to be the first thing that she probably leads and puts in real, you know, her actual efforts in.
We're already locked in, but I'll be really curious to learn if she reaches for anything. Does she go for any far out announcements like, hey, once
yeah, AI, obviously.
GTA 6 is over, this is what's next. Speaking of which, Reddit Gaming Leaks and Rumors picked this one up here. Xbox showcase titles potentially leaked early. It's a grain of salt post here, but they mentioned that the newly added games to the coming soon to Game Pass.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Clockwork Revolution. Oh, I cannot wait. This is going to be the next big thing.
Games to the coming soon to Game Pass section has been updated, and there are a bunch of to be announced titles that do not have any sort of release window, and this actually has never happened before. You can see coming to Game Pass here is everything from Echo
Resonance of Plague Tale. People have been telling me this is really good, but I have never heard of it. I have never played it.
Weaver and Clockwork Revolution to
Fable's gone, as we already know.
Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, and yes, Fable is here again. Witchbrook is here, Erosion, Snap and Grab, just a bunch of games. The real surprise factor here on this list to me is Clockwork Revolution. I mean, this year is already loaded for Xbox when you look at everything that's coming out. We're not even accounting things like Call of Duty, which we just learned the next Call of Duty is going to be a Modern Warfare COD. So when you factor all of this in, Xbox has a ton of stuff shipping this year. So can we expect Clockwork Revolution to get another trailer this year? I hope so.
God, I hope so.
Because last year we got a 7-minute trailer and they said it's coming in due time. Is it possible?
Yeah, and it was as bad as it gets.
Clockwork comes out this year? I mean, maybe, because again, when you show a 7-minute trailer, think of it this way. We had The Outer Worlds 2, which got its big deep dive last year, but Clockwork Revolution was the one that totally stole the show. And when you got 7 minutes of content to show, I mean, it doesn't mean you're ready to ship. You have to imagine the complexity of a time-traveling, choice and consequence-based RPG coming from a developer as insane as
yeah, it's never happening. Just the choices that they said can be done means that they're gonna be above water. They're not gonna be something that you're gonna be like, oh, I actually want to replay this game and see how it goes if I take the other choice. It's gonna be like, yeah, I can already tell that the other choice is the same, but slightly just, you know, with a different skin, effectively. I think that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be visible. This game kind of promises too much. There is no way it delivers.
Exile, who made Wasteland 3, which is one of the most spider-webbing RPGs you can play. So it's probably mind-boggling to think of like the issues list they have right now just mounting up on that project that they have to go through. So they can have 7 minutes of content to show but not be ready to launch. But seeing it here as coming to Game Pass, I think means we should be seeing something pretty soon, since this has not happened before. And you can start to sort of tick these.
By the way, now that we know what Avowed is and how it looks and whatnot, does this not look like just another lukewarm Avowed / The Outer Worlds 2? Because it kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
boxes off the list because things like Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy did show up at a prior Xbox showcase. There are no Ghosts at the Grand, looked great, and that showed up at a prior Xbox showcase. I'm very interested in Witchbrook, would be surprised to see that there, and if it got a release date, that'd be welcome, but these are games that you could at least keep an eye out on because this is kind of unprecedented, so worth keeping an eye on here, but for me, the real standout is Clockwork Revolution. If that is announced for this year, I might literally shit my pants. Like that, legit.
I mean, I honestly kind of expected because they did announce it like how long at the time ago, and it kind of sounded almost finished and almost ready already then.
Crazy dump in the pants, dude. That would be fucking insane. See, sometimes I like to drop that stuff in the videos. Saying drop that in the middle of that line there, a little crazy, but because someone's in a room with their family, and I just made a really awkward conversation, and I kind of love that. So write in the comments if I did that to you. I'd love to know. Now, I just want to add a little bit more sauce to my theory about Clockwork Revolution arriving in 2026. We just learned that Fable is being delayed to 2027, February specifically. Xbox did cite that the reason they're doing this is because, in a way, it works best for players because it's going to give all these releases more time to breathe. I promise you this is the exact same situation as Avowed. The game actually needs more time. February is not going to be an uncrowded month. In fact, because so many games are delaying due to GTA 6, February is probably going to be the most packed it's ever been. It's always been a head-spinning, packed month every year for games. I don't think that 2027 is going to be any different. But Fable has moved out of the year. That does clear up a slot. It seems like it was planning to release maybe this November with GTA 6 locking it in more and more. It's better just to take the delay. When I posted on Twitter, okay, Clockwork, you're up, a lot of the Xbox community took exception with me, thinking I wanted to send out Clockwork to die. It's always the worst assumption, I swear. What I was saying is...
Wait, the idea that you release a game and it just dies because, I mean, GTA 6 exists, kind of makes me think that that's a really bad game in general, that people would just completely not care about it in the slightest.
No, I don't think that Clockwork...
Keep in mind, by the way, GTA 6 is launching on, well, not PC, so there's that.
Is coming out this holiday. I'm not saying let it take the Fable slot. I'm saying I just think Clockwork, based on a 7-minute trailer last year, is much, much, much further along than anyone's giving it credit for. Like, I'm talking maybe even August, because people are saying, oh, you can't put it out this fall or this holiday, it'll get buried. I'm like, probably because it's ready before then. That's just my running theory. I feel like we've seen so much of the game, maybe even a developer direct would be overexposing it at the top of next year. It's also possible in 2027 where it's just stacking up to be an amazing year of RPGs, from Expanse and Exodus to now Fable, and you throw in Clockwork there.
Expanse, yes. Exodus is garbage. We're going to talk about that maybe tomorrow. But Exodus is hot garbage.
And then potentially Fallout remasters. I mean, it's going to be an amazing year for RPG fans. Why not throw just one more in there? But I'm just saying I wouldn't be too surprised with how much we've seen of this game if it's actually ready this year and earlier than many of us expect. All right, let's keep going on here. Gematsu picked up a bunch of games here that have also all been rated in Korea. So what do we have here but Lego Skylines, which just... Dude.
What?
Lego fans are feasting this year. We already got Lego Batman. Peak. It's peak.
Yeah, people liked Lego Batman. I did not even check it out.
And then now City Skylines is going to get like its own Lego title. Dude, perfect. This sounds...
City Skylines Lego, though, does sound extremely appealing to me.
Sounds so up my alley. Have I played City Skylines before? No. Have I always found it interesting? Absolutely. Do I stay away from these games because they look extremely addicting? 100%. Would a Lego...
As long as it's not City Skylines 2, I think we're chilling.
Game pull me in? Probably, because Legos just have that effect on me. I adore the Lego video games, and so I like when they experiment like this a little bit, whether it be, you know, Lego Worlds or what they do with Lego Fortnite. That piqued my interest. I didn't dive in because Fortnite has yet to break my spirit. Even if you put a Revan skin in there, I'm not touching Fortnite, though I will say the real test of willpower was that
Fortnite's also kind of slowly dying. A Persona game, that's going to be nice. People are going to actually like that. So, what else do we actually even have here? I'm not sure. Persona 6 protagonist. Ooh.
A number of sketches had leaked for both Persona 6's protagonist as well as some unbelievable, but here comes a very familiar...
Well, whatever happens, Persona 6 is going to be massive because, let's be real, everyone liked Persona 5. So, it's going to be kind of a big deal. The remake, honestly, everything. Yeah, this was a great game. And I think the biggest problem with this was it came out at a time where it wasn't really that popular. How long has it been? It's been like more than 5 years, right? Since Persona 5 came out. Oof. So now I think if Persona 5 came out now, it would be 3 times maybe more popular than it was previously. That is kind of my take. Because Blue Protocol? No. What's the previous one called? I don't remember the one, but it had like something like a 70K player peak, and that thing was, well, it was good-ish, people say, but it was a far reach from this, and even that got 70K peak players or something. And I mean, Persona is gonna do so much better than this. Persona E6 is gonna be easily a massive, massive drop. And in any case, I guess that's it. Nothing else is interesting. Gears of War cooked, Halo cooked, Xbox, I mean, fucking cooked. We all know that. Anyway, that was Mr. Matty Plays 10 out of 10. Bye.